Imagine this. Messi lifts the FIFA World Cup once again. Millions celebrate, but millions of others call it the biggest disaster in football history. Why? Is it just because he won? Or is there something much bigger behind the controversy? Let's find out. July 19, 2026, New Jersey. Messi walks out for a World Cup final against Spain. If Argentina lifts the trophy, it becomes the first back-to-back World Cup win since Brazil in 1958 and 1962. A boy from Rosario, closing the book as the greatest of all time, with no argument left. But a huge number of fans don't think this story has been clean. And the deeper you look into this tournament, the harder that claim becomes to dismiss. Let's go back to the round of 16, Argentina versus Egypt. Mohamed Salah's last World Cup match. Egypt is up 2-0, one half away from eliminating the defending champions. Then Egypt has a goal disallowed. Argentina claws back through Christian Romero, then Messi himself, then a stoppage time winner from Enzo Fernandez. Final score, 3-2. Al Jazeera reported that the VAR decision to cancel Egypt's second goal came unusually late, flagged only after Argentina had already scored their equalizer. Experts quoted by Al Jazeera questioned why the referee hadn't called the foul in real time and why it took a VAR review, timed right after Argentina's goal, to overturn it. Salah walked off in shock. Messi was in tears on the other side. That's controversy number one. It's not the only one.
أنا بقول إن إحنا كنا من حقنا إن إحنا نكسب. ومش عايز أقول هارد لك لينا، لا، إحنا طلعنا بشرف من ناحيتنا، لكن النتيجة not fair. The world not fair. بس الفير حتى مش في الحياة العادية. مفيش فير في الكورة. مفيش فير في الرياضة. مفيش. أنا مش مقتنع بالمباراة. مقتنع بفرقتي إن أدوا، لكن أنا مش مقتنع باللي حصل في المباراة. ومش هتكلم كلام يعني متزوق واقول يعني هارد لك جود ريزلت فور ارجنتين. لا مش هقول كده خالص. هقول ان احنا اتظلمنا النهارده بفعل فاعل.
Group stage, Argentina against Algeria. Messi goes in on a challenge, studs up, catching Algeria's captain on the calf. According to Yahoo Sports, many pundits believed that deserved a straight red card. Messi wasn't even booked. VAR didn't intervene. Compare that to Folarin Balogun, suspended for a similar-looking red card in the same tournament. Then the quarterfinal against Switzerland. Argentina wins 3-1, but cameras catch Messi in heated exchanges with the referee in a match his team was already winning comfortably. By the semi-final against England, a phrase was trending: Vargentina. According to France 24, this became a full-blown online conspiracy theory, complete with AI-generated memes showing FIFA President Gianni Infantino and Messi together, implying the tournament was rigged in Argentina's favor. Argentina trailed England 1-0 before scoring twice late to win 2-1. Yahoo Sports reported that Messi himself was forced to respond directly to the favoritism accusations after the match. Now here's where it gets complicated. Not everyone agrees this is a conspiracy. Outlook India found that England, Germany, and Iran also suffered controversial VAR calls during this same World Cup. If VAR problems were hitting teams across the whole tournament, maybe this isn't a Messi conspiracy. Maybe it's a flawed system exposing itself on the biggest stage football has ever had. FIFA's chief refereeing officer, Pierluigi Collina, defended his officials throughout the tournament, according to Outlook India. And there's a technical explanation too. VAR only intervenes on subjective calls like fouls when there's a clear and obvious error. Offside is measured to the millimeter. Fouls are not. That gray area is exactly where controversy breeds. whether or not anyone is being protected.
The fans have also been singled out because there's been accusations and allegations of racism,
Exactly.
specifically by Argentina.
Yeah, so
Argentina
in
supporters.
this tournament, there's been a few racist incidents. One towards the streamer I Show Speed.
Yeah.
There were 2 incidents in 2 separate matches in Argentina games that he went to, where FIFA have actually launched an investigation into racist abuse that was directed towards him by Argentina fans. And there's been a wider discussion about Argentina's players as well and them being involved. After they won the Copa America in 2024, there was footage of them participating in a chant which went out on Instagram Live. I think I've got the lyrics. They said, they play for France, but they are from Angola. His mother is Nigerian, his father is Cameroonian, but on the passport, French. A racist chant that, talking about the French players as if they're not French. That then went out on Instagram Live, massive backlash. One of the players who faced the biggest backlash for that was Enzo Fernandez, who plays for Chelsea, a team with a lot of French players, many of whom are black, and Wesley Fofana, one of them, he went straight out on social media and was very critical of it, and Chelsea kind of had to deal with this situation internally.
What Rayhan's not telling you is that he's a Chelsea fan, and Chelsea has a long history of having, far-right nationalist fans. And so, we could argue that Enzo Fernandez has learnt this behaviour at Chelsea, a toxic football club with a terrible history of racism. And maybe we're throwing Argentina under the bus unfairly here.
There's also a business angle worth mentioning. Messi is arguably the biggest draw in world football, and a Messi versus Yamal final was always going to break viewership records. Skeptics ask a simple question. Would FIFA really want its biggest star eliminated in the round of 16 by Egypt? Believers in the conspiracy say no chance. Critics say football doesn't work like a scripted drama, and referees, however imperfect, aren't handed instructions from a boardroom. So who's right? The fans who smell a setup, or the officials who say this is just football being messy under pressure? Honestly, both sides have a point. And that's exactly what makes this so dangerous for Messi's legacy, whether he deserves it or not. If Argentina wins, the conversation the next morning won't just be about his greatness. It will be about whether he needed help to get there. Now let's talk about Messi versus Ronaldo. If Messi wins this final, he becomes part of an achievement only Brazil has managed before, back-to-back titles. Something Pele's generation did in 1958 and 1962. For Messi's supporters, that ends the GOAT debate permanently. 2 World Cups, most World Cup goals in history at 21 and counting, most assists ever, a Ballon d'Or collection that isn't close. For Ronaldo's fans, this would sting badly. Ronaldo has chased a World Cup his entire career and never lifted it, despite 5 Ballon d'Or awards and a resume that rivals anyone in history. If Messi wins a second title, the gap in the eyes of casual fans and future generations won't just widen. It might close the argument before Ronaldo's own career is even finished. But here's the counterpoint. A World Cup is a team trophy. It rewards a squad, a manager, a golden generation, a favorable bracket, a bit of luck with decisions that go your way. Plenty of pundits argue that judging the greatest player in history off one tournament ignores 15 years of club dominance from both men. One trophy, they say, cannot decide everything. Still, perception isn't always fair. And if Messi lifts this trophy, a huge chunk of the football world will treat the debate as closed. But maybe the real story here isn't Messi versus Ronaldo at all. Maybe it's about what comes after both of them. Because Argentina is facing Spain in this final, led by a 19-year-old named Lamine Yamal, there's a photo circulating everywhere this tournament. A young Messi holding a baby Lamine Yamal at a Barcelona charity event in 2007. That baby is now the breakout star of the 2026 World Cup, standing across the pitch from Messi in the final as Spain's most dangerous weapon.
No, bueno, Lamine es un grandísimo jugador, el cual seguí muchísimo porque juega en un club al cual amo y le deseo siempre lo mejor y quiero siempre lo mejor. y nada, es uno de los referentes mundial con 19 años, tiene toda la carrera por delante, tiene una gran oportunidad de conseguir algo histórico, el cual nosotros intentaremos dar el máximo para que no sea esta vez. Y nada, desearle lo mejor. La verdad que esa foto es una locura porque bueno, es la vida, ¿no? Yo me hice una foto cuando él era bebé y que hoy estemos los dos enfrentando una Copa del Mundo, la verdad que lo que digo es una locura, pero nada, es uno de los mejores del mundo en este momento sin duda, y le deseo muchísima suerte porque el bien de él va a ser el bien del Barcelona también, y bueno, intentaremos hacer un buen partido para que él no tenga su mejor versión, aunque es difícil.
Spain beat Austria, eliminated Portugal, took down Belgium, then shut out France 2-0 in the semi-final. This is a side built on control, patience, and a teenager playing like he's been doing this for a decade. For a huge part of the football world, a Spain win wouldn't just be a trophy. It would feel like a changing of the guard. 20 years of Messi and Ronaldo dominating every conversation, finally handing the torch to a new face. But let's be fair to the other side too. If Messi and Argentina win, it doesn't automatically mean anything was stolen. It might simply mean the better team showed up on the day, controversial calls or not. Champions aren't always liked. Sometimes they're just better when it matters most. So where does that leave us? In a few hours, one team lifts the trophy and one team goes home heartbroken. If it's Argentina, Messi finishes with a story no player has ever written, but he'll carry an asterisk some fans will never let go of. If it's Spain, football gets its new face, and the two-decade era of Messi and Ronaldo starts fading into history. Neither outcome is simple, neither outcome is clean, and maybe that's exactly why